mind that it's so gay. It's just a really gay Harry Potter. From its self-indulgent, lengthy runtime to its politics or lack thereof. Am I just the wicked bitch of the West? Here is the real download you need on, you guessed it, Wicked.
Deemed the celebrity whisperer by Playboy.
This is the best interview of the day.
Thanks for having me.
You hit the nail on the head.
100%.
Period, yeah.
Touchdown. You're cracking me up.
Wear them, baby.
This is good.
Taylor Ferber.
Okay, I'm gonna spare you. Here is the real TT in my Wicked Bitch of the West green TT, okay? First up, I wanna say, I just saw it last night, by the way, so this shit is fresh. You and I both know that everyone under the sun is talking about this movie, from Never Never Land to Oz to this wretched place with drones over New Jersey. You know I'm going to give it to you real. You know I'm going to give it to you straight. Okay, you ain't going to get another like this. And here it is. First things first, I want to say it is easy for us, mere mortals, to sit back and watch these people's works of art, these creators, these artists, and frankly, just shit on them, okay? It's easy for us to click our heels up, with our ruby red slippers as if we're the fucking queen of Genovia to be like, this, that, and the other thing. And it's like, excuse me, bitch, did you get your fat ass up the couch? Okay? And do however long these auditions, rehearsals, bring it to the screen for a 3-hour movie, with lyrical song and dance and acting? I don't think so. So with that said, it's easy for us. Like, back off, Becky, okay? But I still got, the real to say. That said, like, we can't be again giving participation trophies and like crumble cookies that are 1,500 fucking calories each to give you instant diabetes to everybody who does everything. However, everybody said that I was going a couple things, okay, which is like may or may not ultimately be dictated as fake news. But they said I was going to laugh. They said that I was going to cry. They said that the movie goes like, Madonna, like the speed of light, okay? None of these really were true. I may have chuckled twice. I think I maybe had like a somewhat formation of a potential tear at the very end. And I'll tell you this, I checked my watch to see what time it was 3 times, okay? So where is the lie on any of these preconceived notions? I need to know. I also, a couple things to preface this. Number one, those who have been rolling with me know I am a theater fucking loser geek at heart, okay? I was so committed to theater that I got cast in the high school production of Sound of Music, but I wasn't even in high school yet, okay? I was still in the middle school in like 7th grade. And I already had tits back then. And I was so committed. I got cast as Brigida that they had to tape my boobs down in all my adolescent glory to play Brigida in Sound of Music, okay? I was Cha-Cha in Grease. I was also in West Side Story. I was in the ensemble in that one, but they're lost. It's water under the bridge. I even pursued potentially doing theater when I was in college. So need I say more? That a great musical is not lost on me. I have seen La La Land a million fucking times. I can do tap dance my ass all the way through Another Day of Sun on this desk right now. Okay, so that glory is not lost on me. Trust me. I also love John M. Chu. I think he's a really brilliant and really beautiful storyteller. I love Crazy Rich Asians. It is like my go-to airplane couch. Like, it's such a good, what I think when I think like escapist movie. Bedazzled every time, even for my peasant ass. But he like brings me there. Like, he brings me all the way to Singapore. Like, I'm flying in a pod, the whole thing. So I was expecting to really love this. And I'll also say, we're doing all the goods first, okay? We're doing all the pros before the cons. I loved that it was, I mean, like literally, you have to be Ray Charles to not see how visually stunning this was. And I was really impressed because, I do my due diligence and I do my research. And I was really impressed by the fact that they actually built like the Munchkin land, the train, there was no CGI. They actually built all of these sets to make you feel more immersed. And they also did live fucking singing, bitch, which made it feel even more immersed. Like nothing will ever be Adina and Kristen Chenoweth, but I thought that that was really impressive. See, even my microphone right now just tried to audition to be a munchkin doing back handsprings to be a part of it. And like I said, impressive that they're like Phantom of the Opera-ing it in live to tape. Love all that. I also love the fact that, even though I hated the Barbie movie, similar kind of phenomenon in that I love seeing how it brought people together. Even in the theater, it was fun to watch and everyone with their blankets. And I love even like the green and the pink and the this and the that. So, in that regard, it's really nice to see. That's the point of this entertainment to inspire us, to allow us to escape, make us think, and bring us together. I'm not some icy cold heart, Glinda the crazy witch, in that I'm not gonna lie. Will I watch this again? Probably not. But I've been listening to Defying Gravity, both this version and the OG Broadway version, like on repeat at the gym in my car and like crying ever since. So, that says something right there. Okay. The other good I'll say is Ariana Grande 100% stole the show. And I have been doing like a mental deep dive dissertation about why this is. I think they obviously gave her like they made it the Ariana show. I don't know if that's because she was more famous, because I also didn't really feel bad for the bad quote witch. Like I love a good fucking underdog story, trust me. And I just like wasn't there. Like, I don't know if it's because they just did Cynthia like dirty like that, because it felt reverse, right? The bad witch, the Wicked Witch is supposed to be the main role, and then Glinda is supposed to be supporting. And this shit felt like Freaky Friday reversed. So I don't know what that was, right? But Ariana, showstopper. Not gonna lie, she should definitely get award noms for that one. As if these people in these academies are ever gonna listen to little old me. Sad for them. Okay. I also liked how they had cute little modernizations in it, even with slang, which I thought were cute little kind of, I don't know, Easter eggs. Like there's a line where Ariana Grande is like, I can't, like I cannot even, right? Or they even gave an ode to, well, I interpreted it as an iconic Cardi B ode because there was one part in the beginning where they're like, what is the reason? I was like, I'm transported right to love and hip hop in my VH1 days. So that was really fun. That was clever, cute. Okay. Now is the ugly truth at last, what you all are here for. Okay. So I go into the theater. I have my Pinot Noir wine buzz that cost me 1962 highway robbery at this AMC, but I have no regrets. The red wine buzz starting a movie in the theater is my new religion. Like if you have not done this, you need a lobotomy and you need to go get a life and some hobbies. Like it has become my favorite pastime because it just really elevates the entire experience. You're more open-minded. You're like, yeah, bitch, try shrooms. Watch Joe Rogan. Ever heard of it? I don't roll that way. I'm like in fetal position doing anything harder than Advil. So red wine it is for me, but so I'm buzzed. I'm feeling loose. I'm feeling like open to interpretation, like the whole thing. And I'm here for this journey. And so I'm watching it, and like, first things first is this is a straight up gay Harry Potter. Now, I love Harry Potter, and I don't mind that it's so gay. It's just a really gay Harry Potter. And I don't even say that in a critical way. Like, you have conservatives being like, oh, all the gay undertones. I'm like, there was one, like, maybe two, like, gay glances. Like, I'm still fishing for those. Or sidebar, I've literally seen Christian pundits talk about the problematic nature and how this was all orchestrated by Hollywood to get your children closer to witchcraft and get them away from Jesus. Like, okay. But with that said, because it is so gay, ladies, do not bring your boyfriends to see this 3 hour gay Harry Potter, or they will literally Daniel Penny themselves. Okay. Just spare them the experience. They will trust you in the long. Trust me, not taking them to see this movie will buy you like what would have been like 3 blowjobs worth. Like, trust me, they don't want to see this. Okay, they don't need to see it. I also will say it felt, and my friend and I, who my friend's also in the entertainment business, who I saw it with, it felt very, very heavy. And I know that they made it a little more like whimsical and kid friendly. And we're going to talk about how this is based on the book, which was very dark. But Glinda is really supposed to be the overtop comedic relief. And I felt like I had like a high pressure the entire time, and it wasn't because of the wine. I literally was like, this is like there was no break. There was no relief. It was just, it felt, even though it tried, I don't know, it felt really intense the whole time. And my friend agreed. It just felt like there was literally no coming up for air ever after 3 hours. And with that said, the whole thing, this is just like my review in a nutshell. It was just way too long. The best part was the finale, and the finale justified the entire thing. So I don't know, ladies, you're probably used to this with your sex lives, right? But you got to just like grin and bear it, and then you get to the finale. You know what I mean? It's kind of like that. And so if you want to sit through 2.5 hours just to get to the like awe-inspiring spectacle of the end, great, then by all means, but otherwise, like, spare yourself and do something else with 3 hours of your life you'll never get back. And it's also like it's a lot going on. It's like it comes to a head. It's the effects and the smoke and mirrors and the fire and the thing. And it's like literally you could put like a rodent up there, and like you would still be like, like that was the only time where I was just like, oh my God, like literally like a mummified frozen Austin Powers. Like, wow, like this is a lot in the best way, right? So it all kind of led up to that. Now, this was part one. So how they're going to do a whole part top is beyond me, but Godspeed, God bless him. But that said, kind of what I was saying earlier, right? Like, top this off, like my wine for the love of God, with the politics. Because like I said, I love an underdog story, and even the theme of defying gravity. Like, they all say I'm up against the system. They all say I can't do it. Well, guess what? I can do this. Like, it's so inspiring. So I was really hoping it would lean more into that empathy for Alphaba, the Green Witch, but which Alphaba, the alphabet police, like, are loving this, right? But I wish they kind of like, I wish I was like pulling for her a little bit more. And I don't know why that didn't quite hit. Because like I said, I love an underdog story and someone defying the odds. But when it comes to the politics, so you may not know, but the original book, which is based on the Wizard of Oz book, right, takes the story of the bad witch and how she becomes the Wicked Witch of the West. And it really is dark. It deals with themes around class and race and political corruption. So while I appreciate that this film didn't go ham on that, because that would have just been like too much. And that was a smart move on their part, right? Because like go woke, go broke, as the saying goes, like as the old fable goes. But with that said, they did do their little things here and there. So, which it's kind of like giving them the benefit of the doubt. It's like, right, like you can't go full blown fluff given the source material, but then if you go too hard, like we're all judging and we want no part of it. So, how do you balance that? So, what they did do, because it's like they can't help themselves in this regard, is these little sort of breadcrumbs of like woke adjacent little plugs. So, for example, they do have, the gay glance with like the main suitor with a couple of the male students. And I was like, okay, is this why like gay people are like losing their mind? Aside from the obvious camp, like, is this why they're all excited? And like, again, now we just second guess everything, right? Unfortunately. The other is they make a joke in the beginning when the Wicked Witch, who's green, shows up. And one of the students says, like, it's fine, like, I don't see color, right? Which is an obvious kind of dig at like, all the Karens and all like the libs and whoever who's like, I don't see color, of course. And then you have a part where Ariana Grande, and this is sort of like poke fun and made a jab at even what people like I have said when Ariana Grande is in class and they're learning about history, right? And marginalization and, colonization in a way of Oz. And Ariana Grande is like, why do we have to harp on this? Like, can't we just learn history? Like, why do we have to harp on the oppression and all this, right? Which is like what I've said when it comes to anything, race, women, like, why do we have to harp on the past and exist as if we're still in it when we're not? Like, why can't we just, right? So I was like, I identify as an Ariana, as a Glinda in this moment. And the teacher is like, well, we need to know history to understand like where we are now and all this, right? So anyway, I was like, okay, that's gonna do what it does. Like, that was an interesting little thing there. But I will say, on the whole, while it wasn't too much, unfortunately, even little things like this, right? Because the entire story of Wicked, as whimsical and dreamy and campy and escapist as it is, it is the underlying themes are around all of these heavy and real things. So you can't not, right? You can't not do it. But unfortunately, now we're in a time, and this is what happens when you beat people over the head with a broomstick so many times, is that now we get any little clue of any of these, virtue signally correct, quote, moral, any of these things, and we just roll our eyes and we don't play devil's advocate. We're like, oh, this is annoying. Whereas, I don't know, however many, 20 years ago, you could have, a gay glance or making a political remark or statement. And it's really appreciated by the audience because it's like, the birdcage, right? Like, that's not even discreet. It's the premise of the whole movie, but that's before everything got so in your face and beaten over your head. And so it could be appreciated, or it could be like, oh, that's cute, or oh, that's sweet, or oh, that's funny, or oh, that's true. And now we're just at the immediate sight of it. This is what they've done, right? Because everything is so, you can't escape it. You have to live by this orthodoxy. It's so beaten over your head. You're over it dead on arrival. So, where we all go with this, where this goes from here, I don't know. So I'm going to go take off on my broom, get my wine. Maybe you will or won't see me out in the western sky. Never forget your time with the Wicked Bitch of the West.